My current research question is, by walking the length of the London to Brighton railway line, how can I use the practice of critical cartography to map the significance of this crucial railway corridor and the themes and connections it fosters between these two important UK cities and their inhabitants? My research methodology is walking the length of the London to Brighton railway line in 12 sections with 12 different practitioners, all of whom have links with London and Brighton, and whose practice covers some facet of the route which I am interested in exploring. As we go, I'm gathering photographic documentation and recording notes from our conversations and the themes which arise. My intent is to use these conversations and ideas to create a final outcome which reflects the vitality and importance of this railway corridor and the lives which are bound together by it in this moment in time, as well as looking to the future. So far, I've undertaken 6 of these 12 walks. I've been trying to enter into each walk with an open mind for the free-form potential of the discourse and ideas which ensue, but also hoping to leave each walk with a clear idea of both the theme and the format via which I will explore this section of the route in my final outcome set. Due to the intense nature of gathering this research, my process has basically been 1 walk per week, documented and notes taken, and then post-walk these notes written up in detail, photography collated and curated, and where possible some small sketchy ideas worked up, plus a plan for action going forwards. Because of this, I'm aware that, compared with others, I may not yet have much to show in terms of design artefacts. For the What is Out of Doors show, I have attempted to curate this research so far to show my process and direction of travel, so to speak. On my first walk between Victoria and Clapham Junction with Heidi Spigen, a textile art practitioner, we explored the experience of entering the City of London as an outsider. Shown here is an early sketch of a potential collaborative textile cartography outcome. On the second walk from Clapham Junction to Streatham Common with Jay Owens, a geographer, we explored notions of leisure. Shown here is an imitation retro railway poster design, not a route I'll ultimately be pursuing necessarily, but just something I was thinking about. On the third walk from Streatham to East Croydon with Cara Courage, an arts consultant and placemaking specialist, we explored concepts of places and spaces along the route. Shown here are a number of localised placemaking efforts, as well as iconic landmarks along the way. On the fourth walk from Croydon to Purley with Alice Bell, a climate change specialist and author, we explored the current movement of scientific projects supporting more environmentally friendly modes of travel. Here is a rough sketch of a house along the route with solar panels, which is a key part of one of the ideas we discussed. On the fifth walk from Purley to Merstham with Alex Silito, a games artist, we explored the experience of commuting and the intimacy and vulnerability of train space for daily travellers. Shown here is an illustration of a commuter created to explore a particular aesthetic which I was considering when thinking about making a simple point-and-click game for this section. Finally, on the sixth walk from Merstham to Hawley with Sarah Cole, an archival specialist and game designer, we explored life in between two cities and how these in-between places are inextricably tied to the two larger conurbations. At this key centre point in my research, I'm starting to imagine working on my final outcome and the ways in which I will develop the extensive body of research I'm gathering. I viewed this project as an incredible opportunity to play with format and explore the narrative potential of the route across mediums and styles. I trusted that my voice as narrative thread would tie the project together, but I'm increasingly concerned that the series of 12 diverse final outcomes I'd imagined will just be too disparate, and it will feel like 12 different projects. So I've started trying to think about ways I can use either format, scale, styling, or some other method to tie my outcomes together. On my most recent walk, I explored some of these concerns with Sarah Cole, whose background of great game design and archival projects means she's had a lot of experience of turning ideas, data, and source material into engaging experiences. We ended up talking a lot about tickets. Tickets as ephemeral artefact, as beloved keepsake, as crucial admission pass, or even as dated relic of a changing system. It feels like an interesting scale to explore as well, compact and light but also capable of carrying enough information to get the traveller from A to B. Handheld, precious but also fleeting. My feeling is that this could be a fascinating scale to create and explore these rich themes at, in a more cohesive and coherent manner than my previous ideas, and which is both easily distributable and aesthetically striking, particularly when viewed en masse. I have always been drawn to art in multiples, to a rich array of small pieces which together tell a larger story. This outcome offers a chance to easily share and disseminate these tiny cartographic stories, snippets, moments, anecdotes, and more. They could potentially be viewed in sets, possibly gathered together into train ticket holders, offering an almost zine-like format, while each ticket also stands alone as a small fragment of the journey and of a moment in time and place. I want this project to be distributable, tangible and conceptual. In terms of audience, I want my work to be seen by diverse groups of people, from regular travellers on the route, residents in both cities, and potentially also funding bodies and companies associated with both the trains and the spaces along the route. I believe this format could be accessible and legible to a wide range of audiences and enables storytelling in a new, exciting and pleasing form factor. This is my current thinking, and it is relatively new and still under development. I have a lot more I'd like to say about it that doesn't fit into this presentation time, but I invite your comments and thoughts.